Silence followed. No one spoke for a few seconds. Then the radar operator confirmed all inbound threats neutralized. The entire CIC exhaled at once. Carrier group had survived the attack. Not a single missile made impact. But the event wasn't over. U.S. command knew there had to be a response. The Pentagon's policy was clear: any hostile action against American forces would be met with immediate and decisive retaliation. Within minutes, a message was sent to the Combined Air Operations Center (CAOC) in Qatar. Authorization was granted for a limited counterstrike. At 3:20 a.m., the carrier's flight deck came alive. Pilots from the strike fighter squadron ran to their jets. The engines of FA-18 Super Hornets ignited, roaring in the night. The catapults hissed, launching the jets one after another into the sky. Their mission: locate and destroy the Houthi missile launch sites. Meanwhile, satellite data from U.S. Space Command confirmed the launch coordinates somewhere near Al-Hudaydah, roughly 120 miles inland. The Houthis had fired from mobile launchers hidden in rugged terrain. Within 30 minutes, Navy aircraft reached the area. Using precision-guided bombs and GPS targeting pods, they struck the coordinates with deadly accuracy. Massive fireballs erupted across the desert. Secondary explosions confirmed that ammunition and fuel storage had been hit. By dawn, the U.S. Navy had regained complete control of the air and sea. The attempted attack had failed entirely. The carrier group resumed its patrol, the crew exhausted but proud. They had just faced a real combat situation and won. For the Houthis, however, the cost was heavy. Intelligence later showed that at least 3 missile launch sites were destroyed, along with radar and command centers. Their bold attempt to challenge the U.S. Navy had ended in flames. It was over in less than 2 hours. But what happened that night would echo far beyond Yemen. It was no longer a local conflict. It was a direct challenge to the world's most powerful navy, and it had just been answered with absolute force. To understand how the U.S. Navy turned a deadly attack into a complete failure for the Houthis, we need to break down what really happened behind the scenes. The night's outcome wasn't luck, it was precision, technology, and decades of naval evolution working perfectly together. At the heart of this defense stood the Aegis combat system, the nerve center of every modern U.S. destroyer and cruiser. Developed in the late 20th century and constantly upgraded since, Aegis connects radar, missiles, and computers into one unified network. It can track over 100 targets at once, identifying friendly, neutral, and hostile objects within seconds. The moment the Houthis launched their missiles, Aegis detected the heat and radar signatures long before human eyes could see anything. The AN-SPY radar system, a massive phased-array radar mounted on the destroyers, is designed for exactly this kind of event. It doesn't rotate like older radars, it scans electronically, meaning it can track incoming missiles, aircraft, and even surface ships simultaneously, without delay. Once it spotted the incoming projectiles, Aegis calculated their trajectory, speed, and impact point almost instantly. It knew where the missiles were going and which ship they were targeting. That speed of calculation is what gave the U.S. fleet its edge.